Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Maurice D on LaGrone. We just watched Transformers Rise of the Beast. I'm here with Adriana Costa.
What's up?
Yeah. You have initial thoughts on this at all, Adrian, before I get into it, or we should think we just walked out?
I'm sure he's gonna say it all. I mean, I don't. It was good. Good actor. Makes me want to be in it. But Transformers.
Yeah, there was a point in the movie where Adrian said, it's not as bad as Fast and the Furious, it's just Transformers. And I realized he was turned off. It had a strong opening, something that kind of sucked me in. I like the 90s vibe, I was saying. As far as I saw Poetic Justice, we were playing some Juice, even the needle drops that they were hitting. I like the anticipation as far as having this very umph of an open with the beasts. We had a Ultron-esque villain come out of the shadows. There were some horror elements, and the mask reminded me of MF Doom. Not going to show the Transformer, but here's kind of how it looked. But I'll say this, somewhere in the middle, it did start to lose me a bit pacing wise, as far as I guess it was just the scale they were trying to go for. There was a disconnect where it took me out of the time period and even what they were fighting for a bit. Towards the end, Adrian did mention, where's the money? That's what this whole thing was about. We defeated the bad guy, but we're not paying our dues. Then there was the very end, which I know he saw a tiny glimpse of, which was the G.I. Joe stuff. It was when we do have the money now, but it honestly didn't really plunge me into what they may be trying to build next. If they're trying to do like a, I don't even want to call it a toy verse. Hasbro is a toy company producing Transformers and G.I. Joe, but if anything's called a toy verse, I think is what they're doing with Barbie and whatnot. Overall, I want to give this a 7 out of 10. You were gripping me there a little bit. Towards the beginning, I can't help but think back on the originals and how those kind of were, as far as Shia LaBeouf's energy and even the subsurface rendering of CGI back then, when we could get the true shine off of metals. It's interesting how like that CGI holds up even to this day, and maybe even surpasses some of the things we've seen in this movie. Maybe it's a sign of the times, but and maybe they were trying to do a little bit more with this. But it's just interesting how it's not an obvious true upgrade. We were talking a little bit about the final battle there, and how everybody talks shit. It's just interesting, but everybody talks shit on Michael Bay, but then when Michael Bay's not there, they're like, okay, this final battle could use some stuff. And maybe it's because we're used to how Michael Bay directs Transformers, but I did kind of zone out a little bit the final battle there. Don't know how I feel about Anthony Ramos putting on the outfit kind of like that. If anything, I think it would have been dope if like Mirage kind of like, made some like turret guns on the top, and maybe he was on the back of Mirage during that final battle. And then maybe when you have to grab Prime before he's sucked in, instead of it just being Anthony Ramos, that's maybe where you can lose Mirage and some other troops come in and start shooting up. Anthony Ramos is falling. It's a very dramatic, he's about to lose Mirage, and then that's when the gorilla comes in, saves the day, and then you can use those parts to rebuild them later. Other than that, out of fair time, we have a very early showing, so we still have a day ahead of us a bit. Got some work to do, but I'm gonna kind of take a nap. I didn't hate the movie, but I will say the first one's probably still my favorite in the installment. Let me know what you think down below. Hit the bell to keep up, as well as subscribe. We like talking about movies. Let's continue to talk about them. Anything else you want to say at all, Adrian, or are you all good?
No, 5.2 out of 10.
5.2 out of 10. All right, have a great day. Peace.